Now, I'm going to tell you something really interesting, and all I want you to do is sit quietly and listen to what I'm saying. I found out a really interesting book right here, and there's something very interesting in this book about casting. Now, let me tell you about this book. This book is written by Marcus Buckingham and Curt Kaufman, and it's an international bestseller. Now, Marcus originally was a sports coach, and he was very successful at that. Now, he has got some lessons that apply very directly to the management, the business industry, and he talks about how do people manage things. And I thought he had something very interesting to share in his chapters. So I'm going to read through some of the passages here, and all I want you to do is to quietly listen to what I'm saying. All right, let's start ahead. So I'm looking at this chapter which says the blind, breathless climb. What's wrong with the old career path? What's wrong with the old career path? Now this chapter is a few pages, and let me read through some of the lines, and we are going to see how much I'm able to complete or cover within the next, say, 5 minutes. Okay, let's try that. Okay, so I want you to listen very intently, because I think the lesson is really engrossing. It's got something very interesting here. Okay, so then let's start. Sooner or later, every manager is asked the question, where do I go from here? The employee wants to grow, he wants to learn more, he wants to earn more money, to gain more prestige. He is bored, underutilized, deserves more responsibility. Whatever his reasons, the employee wants to move up and wants you to help. What should you tell him? Should you help him get promoted? Should you tell him to talk to human resources? Should you say that all you can do is put in a good word for him? What is the right answer? There is no right answer. Any one of these answers might be the right one depending on the situation. However, there is a right way to approach this question, namely, help each person find the right fit. Help each person find roles that ask him to do more and more of what he is naturally wired to do. Help each person find roles where her unique combination of strengths, her skills, knowledge, and talents match the distinct demand of that role. Distinct demand of the role. For one employee, this might mean promotion to a supervisor role. For another employee, this might mean termination. For another, it might mean encouraging him to grow within his current role. For yet another, it might mean moving her back into her previous role. These are very different answers, some of which might be decidedly unpopular with the employee. Nonetheless, no matter how bitter the pill, great managers stick to their goal. Regardless of what the employee wants, the manager's responsibility is to steer the employee towards roles where the employee has the greatest chance to succeed. On paper, this sounds straightforward, but as you can imagine, it proves to be a great deal more challenging in the real world. This is primarily because in the real world, conventional wisdom persuades most of us that the right answer to the question, where do I go from here, is up. Careers, conventional wisdom advises should follow a prescribed path. You begin in lowly individual contributor role, you gain some expertise, and so are promoted to a slightly more stretching, slightly less menial individual contributor role. Next, you are promoted to supervisor and other individual contributors.